afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast. My host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, here of Psych Defender of the Fatherland. After an exciting, riveting, amazing 1v1 right here on pleasant Angoville. Yes, indeed, the rolling fields of Angoville shall lull you into sweet, pleasant dream of total destruction. In the north, we got this fighting here for King Country, the Commonwealth. The Guards Army Division here tasked with breaking through this small German-held village under the command of Hauptmann Schoepsi. Fighting here for the German army. The Kampfgruppe Müller here, assembled from assorted elements including elements of the 10th SS Panzer Division. We got here assault support, Jaeger infantry and mechanized with infantry machine gun versus decisive Vanguard operation, special weapons and commander regiment triple infantry. And he's going for a triple section start here as Schoepsi goes with double pioneers. MG42s could indicate here a tier 2 rush from Schoepsi. And the west section moving up here, section moving eastwards as well, so he's going for slightly broader approach. He's going to try and figure out where Schoepsi is and where he isn't, and then probably try and play around with that particular bit of information. Alright, we've ascertained the Germans aren't here. Let's have a tea break. Splendid idea there, Terence. Splendid idea. Ships are those focusing hard east, which is not something I generally recommend if you're the Wehrmacht in the south, but obviously Schoepsi does not care for such concerns. In the south, the MG42 number 2 there on the way here. Machine gun to be going important in stopping the section from seizing it, from claiming it for the Commonwealth. Sandbags have to help defend the CoH point further in case this manages to break his wall of barbed wire and actually occupy the house, in which case he's got the sandbags to sort of help make it a bit less painful. Moving up here with some sandbags for the victory point. Machine gun holding up there, the section crawling away there. Heads eating dirt quite a bit there. Good God, I never knew dirt tasted so awfully. Oh, you'll have plenty of that taste against the Germans with the machine guns. Triple MG42 there on the way. Now triple pioneers, here for Schoepsi. More aggressive food, sort of in a sense tier 2 rush here. And now probably Magnus is going to be the next. It's going to be the light mechanized company. Sandbags to defend the machine gun to make it up there better. Second machine gun up. So you can see the Schoepsi, while he's putting in some pressure on the west, the distance slightly, keep things spilling as well, so he doesn't get himself pinned down in the east entirely, and maybe also draw weight and change from this. The east is very much his main focal point here, with double machine and Angoville ready to stop any Tommy advance. Sappers on the way there for DC has rapidly moved up the tech ladder, moving ahead as eagerly as he can. Wiring off here, Schoepsi is taking absolutely no chance with that house. If he loses that house, things when he's focusing, he's going to be very uncomfortable. There you go, second going for deep flank, only to find another machine gun there. Good God, those Germans with the machine guns. When do they ever stop? Never, Terence, never. If you find a German without machine gun, he's most likely Austrian. The Swiss. The Swiss? I'm joking. Section moving up against the MG42 right into it. Far flank up here behind the lines. Section having pushed back, pioneers rushing in, got another Sappers moving up here. They're going to have to quickly blow up the wipe, but they can do so. And of course, Schoepsi here now focused everywhere else. It's not going to realise that Odiz is here. Cool domain as he strikes for the CoH point. Schoepsi here realises, my God, how things are going wrong. He's rushing in the Sappers, but pioneers quickly too late. And there you go, more explosives, more stuff being blown to bits. Now the pioneers close to the Sappers are being absolutely beaten silly there with the Sten guns. MG42 here to the rescue to defend the CoH point. Will Dis walk into the trap? Will he take the bait? And yes, he does. Straight into the MG42. Ruthless bullet fire there from the MG42 in the west. He got the pioneers by the CoH point. Snarl on here for Dis to counter the machine guns. But of course, Schoepsi will be able to counter here with some 2-2s if he gets the light mechanized company up fast enough here. Pioneers on watch by the CoH point, preventing any direct move here. MG42 covering up here, and Sniper's almost done. That, of course, is going to put Schoepsi in a slightly trickier position, but so far though he's handling his triple pioneer MG42 built here quite nicely here versus this. I don't think was anticipating this too much. Obviously, if you're anticipating such a build, it becomes easy to counter, but if you aren't, it does have a few surprising elements here. Though of course it still requires some good handling of the MG42s. If you aren't good at handling MG42s, this sort of tier 2 rush strategy is probably not your cup of tea or bottle of schnapps. Sniper hanging about here, ready to hunt down some German machine guns and put a very large bullet through the crews. I'd like to make a nice go with Schoepsi. Machine gun crew member there, completely obliterated by the sniper. My God, his legs fell off! Yeah, He was shot in the head. Yeah, hat is that even work? I don't want to know. Pioneers should be reinforced. We've got the troops on up deal with the sniper. We've got 6 moving about here, trying to recapture as much as they can from the Germans. Pioneers with flaming efforts. We've got mines up him this as well to make it harder there for Schoepsi to move out. He's probably anticipating a 2-2, which case mines are probably one of his better counters. Plus, of course, the 6-pounder gun. Interesting enough, he's not pushing for saying AC as fast as possible, as that tends to be very much, you know, a definite no to any German light vehicles in a lot of situations, but rather goes for the 6-pounder gun. I mean, he does have the resources, I think, to pull off the AC, so it's a bit interesting, but there's ultimately this decision. Machine gun team that can here, stalling Dismal advancing too far. There goes 6-pounder gun out, 2-2, they're rolling ahead here, sweeping down the fields, engaging the Tommies, and hunting for the sniper. Of course, we've got the 6-pounder gun ready to cover up. Schoepsi here, getting caught up. He might, of course, decide he wants to move in. Oh, well, either way, though, he's caught by the 6-pounder gun. In fact, he's caught in this line of 5. Doesn't get the 2-2 up. Ooh, close one there. That could have been a 2-2 down, which would have been quite unpleasant there for Schoepsi, since his 2-2 hadn't really managed to much, losing it so fast. That would have been a definite loss there for Schoepsi, because he hadn't even gotten that remote part of the course back. Medics on the way here for Schoepsi. In the meanwhile, Dis and the guards armor preparing for the next assault on the Huns. Noting, though, the preparations so far have not involved grenades or Bren guns. Melkit's on the way there to heal up his men, to prepare them for the next fight by, you know, making sure they're less dead before the attack. More mines here. There's, of course, now with definite confirmation the 2-2 is going to try and make it harder for Schoepsi to just roll it in for the sniper, catch it up, and, of course, making a much easier target for the 6-pounder gun. So, good play there. West side, they really doesn't see a lot of action. Of course, this is probably where Schoepsi continue to make the biggest gains, and he is beginning to shift more forces over there. More pioneers for the flamethrowers, the 2-2 calls to work there. Plus, he's adding in some hardened Panzergrenadiere. Men who have gone to many places and shot people in those many places. Pioneers for the calf point. We got more mines here. This is definitely concerned about that 2-2-2. Sniper there pushing back the MD4 truly in the northeastern victory point open, but of course the west side is completely open as well here to Schoepsi, and he knows it. He goes for it. In the meanwhile, though, this is going rapidly ahead here with tech. He's going for a 7-minute, almost 8-minute company command post. That could definitely be a problem there for Schoepsi, because Schoepsi does lack any sort of anti-tank weapons. This could, of course, be why he didn't go for the anti-tank or the AC. He is rather aiming at rushing out medium armor as fast as possible. This is Schoepsi, and that's going to be quite the challenge then for Schoepsi to deal with. Though, of course, harassing, cutting off, you'll hear from this is going to do a lot there for Schoepsi. Schoepsi, by the way, has gone for mechanized doctrine. It'll be interesting to see what he's planning with that. Back here, troops reinforcing. Schoepsi is yet to take up, and I imagine Schoepsi is not aware what's going to come in as well. I mean, as soon as he gets this back, he's going to be able to push out a tank in a few minutes, so probably around the 11 to 12 minute mark. Yeah, 30 fuel roughly at the moment. That's going to be, again, 2 to 3 minutes around the 11-minute mark. You can begin pushing out a center or crumble versus Schoepsi, who is nowhere near ready for that, at least. And again, so far, not going for a Pack 40. Clearly isn't anticipating it either. But it's one of the things you want with the British. They can really fast push out medium armor. They have the cheapest tech, bar none. Plus, alongside the Americans, have the least, shall we say, convoluted teching, like you just press a button and there you go. Meaning it can happen very rapidly compared with the Valiant, which tends to be the most cumbersome of all the tech ways of doing it. Like, they have to press the button, do the tech, then they have to build something to do the tech. So, it requires a lot more effort than just, you know, pressing a button to get the building and the tech. And we got the 250 half tech out here for Schoepsi. Leiter Schützenpanzerwagen out here for Schoepsi. Very interesting choice here, We got incendiary built for the machine gun. We got more, well, basically fields of fire being cleared out here using the sappers. Good work on that machine gun. He's going to incendiary armor pierce around to think to have a chance here. Half time moving about, he's popping in the panzer grenadiers instead, and then using the regular grenadiers on foot. And he's now beginning to clear up paths here to allow him to quickly shift between these two sides of the map. Very interesting move there. Definitely something you rarely see happening in orbit. It's actually pretty clever, since one of the usual issues trying to defend the two sides is, again, the hedgerows makes him out hard. But there he goes, rushing in with the half-track. He's going for it. But he hits a mine. He hits the mine. Nonetheless, he's going forward with the 2-2 as well. There, pencil. Oh! He gets the machine gun. Does he get the sniper? Ah! Oh, he does it, but he loses the Pentagon, and he's in the process as well to the 6-pounder gun. Ah, I'm not entirely sure who won the most there, but I'd say getting rid of machine gun and the sniper does kind of something there for ships. Of course, the half-track obviously is not a big loss. They really need to do something about the half-track, the 251, more than doing with the dog shot. But the Pentagon is, I don't think, a bigger loss there for Schoepsi. So that was a bold and really aggressive attack there, but in the end the punish was really severe. Normally though, there's not a huge chance of losing the entire squad, but it can happen. You might also just lose a number. In this case though, it just completely went horribly there for ships, and the entire unit just got wiped out. This is what you get for not wearing seatbelts, you assholes. You're dying over here. I don't care. Regulations are regulations for a reason. Assholes. Machine gunner holding up here nicely in the east. We see the disc making a strike for the west, but again, he can very soon begin pushing for the tanks. It's going to be around here the 11 to 12 minute mark. And Schoepsi's got no tanks. He's got 9 to 10 guns either. Those panzers and all that rather draw a lot of resources. So a tank, yeah, pushing out the Cromwell there. Diz is taking no chances. In the off chance here that Chips are meant to push out a medium tank as well, he wants to be ready to deal with it. But there you go, second Panzer squad out here for Schoepsi. Telemine spotted, bit unfortunate there for Schoepsi. Great for Diz, unless of course it doesn't realise it's there and just ignores it. But that's less lifetime compared to with the Regal mine, so due to the, shall we say, their colouring are much more easily likely to just fall in with the terrain, whereas these one with a much more, shall we say, distinct grey colouring tend to stand out a bit more. This has yet to commit to a doctrine here versus Schoepsi. Has yet to make any sort of moves towards anything. Cromwell out here for this. That's going to put some pressure there on Schoepsi. Back here, troops in reinforcing. Take over there for Schoepsi as well. There we go. Cromwell out. And we got most likely cons out here for Schoepsi. Could be smoke bombs he's going for primarily, but in this case it looks like he's trying to get an idea there of Diz's positioning and using it for that purpose. Panzer's under fire here now. Of course, Schoepsi is in deep shizer. Diz is hitting with a tank, and Schoepsi has absolutely no counters. It's amazing there, by the way, he didn't consider that at all. Usually, at least to some degree, considering the potential of a tank at this stage, in particular versus the Brits, but Schoepsi, for whatever reason, seems to completely been blindsided by it. Ach mein Gott, so Tommy is 7 Panzers? Ja, they always gets him. I mean, how are you surprised? Trenches being dug here, but this very interesting. That's going to make it harder here for Schoepsi just to push ahead. Another machine gun for this and the guards armoured. Schoepsi, they're going for the Pack 40. Does have the tech, but obviously the Pack 40 is needed as a priority to deal with the Cromwell. He slowed down a bit, because otherwise he could get steamrolled before he gets out the first tank, because he still doesn't have the fuel for it. Of course, there's going to be a disc going to pull ahead. He actually has a bit of munitions or manpower floating, so he considers some fuel cash would be great there, but also doctrine, maybe calling in some commandos or something like that, because he's got 2 doctrines that open up for that. So there are some possibilities. I think this should consider soon here, swiftly, with all haste.
You can build emplacements with Bofors cannons.
And what is this? He's going for Bofors now. That's an interesting strategic choice here. And that could be a bit of a problem there for Schoepsi. In some ways, depending on how he plays with those Bofors. And there you go, machine gun in the trench. So Palmer was yet to go up. Is he? Yeah, he can't be planning tier 4 here. He'd need at least one more Pack 40. At least that's what most people go for. I mean, he could go for it, but I'd not recommend it. Machine gun up here, moving in aggressively. Still nothing happening in Schoepsi's base. As for Diz's base, we'll have to see what happens next. No sign on the buffers being set up yet. He might try and set up more aggressively. Got a sniper again here for this. This is another attempt at the second one. And we got the machine here ready for a little surprise party for the dummies. There we go. Gains veterans 1 times. They're thrown into the dirt again. Desperately begging for sweep. Oh, we got a second pack 40. That might just be the second hill. The chips are going to go for tier 4. Might just be a tier 4 for Schoepsi. We got buffers up here. Note by the cutoff point. And of course, with the terrain cleared, he can sort of cover the area nicely as well, fire into the house here. Plus, he can double his artillery, so it makes it harder for Schoepsi to actually dig in around it. So, very nicely set up there by this. Not something you usually see from most British players. Usually, say their buffers somewhat more offensive in some ways. So, there you go. Pioneers suddenly finding the walls and doors crumbling away very rapidly. But there's a bit of trouble there, getting awesome hits. Sniper landing awesome shots as well there. 1 kill so far. Mines being laid down pretty aggressively, possibly too aggressively. Got artillery called in the house to flush out the machine gun. Pioneers doing what they can, mines exploding. Second pack 40 down, machine needs to get out before the 25-pounder guns shatter it, and the machine gun inside the house here. And there we go. Evacuated. Tier 4 still not happening here for Schoepsi. Continuing forward, veterans 1 and trying to get the sniper there. Almost gets it, almost gets it. And there you go, houses gone, denying a strong point there for Schoepsi. Of course, they'll have the buffers here. Laying down a storm of fire. Tutu's about to go down. Looks like too much is happening here for Schoepsi to manage. And there you go, the 2-2 is kaput. But he does get the crumble, which does represent a somewhat decent tactical victory here for Schoepsi. They definitely need to be pushing for some sort of armor soon enough. And there you go, he is planning for tier 4. Tier 4 is becoming more of an actual apparent strategy from the Wehrmacht. Sturmpanzer in particular, of course, being popular because they can deal with infantry problems quite well, but the Panther is also seeing more and more usage in that respect as well. So Schoepsi is actually so far orchestrating, I would say, a rarer tier 2, tier 4 strategy, basically skipping the first tier and the third tier. Really do not see that, and it's certainly not something a strategy I'd recommend to everyone, if anyone actually, but Schoepsi is der Mann. He goes where he wants. Even occasionally lands him in trouble. Like the time he decided to try for a light jog into North Korea. Almost started World War III there. Punches in the opening up the Sabs, getting a few kills there with his assault rifles. Hiding out behind the ruins of the house, but staying out of line of fire of the sniper in most situations. Not landing the buffers to fight and bombard from the German positions, making it hard here for Schoepsi to maintain a defensive line around here. He could also try on your deep flank. I mean, he's got the explosives, so he could just clear out here. Maybe have the buffers bombard the house, then sneak up for a hit the car point and get behind Schoepsi's front line. But so far, this seems more interesting just attacking Schoepsi head on. Cromwell number 2 on the way. And Schoepsi, of course, could consider harassing around here as well. Both players do have a few more, and they're currently exploring. There you go. So he's using the incendiary option. I think it's by accident on the buffers. And in this case, going to let the sniper and the buffers is him causing too much damage here. I think that might have been a tactical mistake there by Schoepsi. And he loses the machine gun. That could easily, I think, easily been avoided. I guess there's a brain fart of some sort there from Schoepsi or something else. Almost losing a full panzer squad here as well. Quite a beating there for Schoepsi. Quite a beating. Heavy panzer corps though is up for Schoepsi. He can go for the Sturmpanzer now, but I mean, part of me would recommend the Panther instead. We'll see what it ends up with though. We should see what ends up. And does go for the Sturmpanzer, and that's the double fact forwards can sort of help deal with the armor. Of course, allowing the Sturmpanzer can focus more on the infantry. Then he could always bring up the Panther in case things gets a bit more, shall we say, dicey. Cromwell bursting through the terrain there, advancing rapidly on the Germans. Schoepsi suddenly finding a bit of defense. We again should try and break the stalemate a bit by just heading westwards. Back here in reinforcement. Sturmpanzer feel almost done here for Schoepsi. Cromwell rolling about. Schoepsi on the defensive heroically. Manly. Machine gun hanging back here, not the best condition, clearing out S-mines with Schoepsi laid down, not bad, though in this case, of course, sadly undermined by the presence of a tank. and a pair of eyes that works for Diz. So there you go, Sturmpanzer 4 gefechtsbereit. He's going for second buffers. He is going for a network of buffers almost, like just a pair of buffers positions to cover some of the vital points here, and of course provide support for his men at the front line. That's definitely not the usual stuff at all. Be interesting to see how Schoepsi handles this. Well, where Diz is planning to go with this, because it does drop some of his resources to go for all these buffers and such. And there you go, Sturmpanzer versus the buffers. Buffers so far is not winning. Mein Gott, habe ich so Tommies will stop this racket. They should notice that buffers doesn't work as it is. There you go. Full section mark thanks to the Sturmpanzer. And another unit wiped out here by a few passing grenadiers. Very good. That's a serious blow. There's a Diz 2 sections gone in the blink of an eye. Certainly highlights why again a lot of Valorant players are going for the Sturmpanzer on the late game. It really just sort of helps, you know, offset the Chelsea infantry difference between the Allies and the Axis, but basically giving you a good chance of just knocking out the infantry very hard. Hence why the Sturmpanzer is very popular. Plus, it also deals with anti-tank gun spam to a reasonable degree, not a super hard degree, but it can also deal with it, plus any other support weapon spam. So the Sturmpanzer tends to be a very good, you know, well, corrective element for a lot of the Wehrmacht's late game defense. I mean, he doesn't solve it, but can sort of help, you know, realign things a bit by just smashing the eye stuff very hard. So you need to fix up that Sturmpanzer pretty schnell. Got the ball for C, which could definitely do some repair. Well, it could have done with some repairs, but that needs a grave digger for the crew. Troops are hitting in Fulzing. So how is Schoepsi going to handle this? You got more pack forts in the way to replace the one they lost here to the Tommies.
The tactical air force is sending support.
And we finally got a doctrine for this. It is going to be Vanguard. He's super short and infantry, definitely small, and I do think he should consider some attacking angles from other spots. Like again, so just attacking head on, always against Schoepsi. He's consider more, you know, attacks through here. Try and outmaneuver Schoepsi. Try and catch Schoepsi surprised. So we'll see where that goes up. Pack 40 number 2 almost on there for Schoepsi. Infantry heading out here. All three to sneak back into the west. Sehr gut, sehr gut. Sturmpanzer 4 moving head, loading spotting scopes besides the pin light machine gun to maximize lethality. There we go. Section meter fire there from the Sturmpanzer. One man utterly incinerated, or not incinerated, just smashed, and the rest of them probably not feeling too well about it. Another sniper that could be the next target of the Sturmpanzer, and to get out there just in the nick of time against the Sturmpanzer. Sneak up the east side here with a lot of pioneers. Schoepsi keeps up momentum for Deutschland. This and the Guards armoured here is struggling against the Kampfgruppe Müller, trying to figure out the next step here. Going to reinforcing healing. Heavy Panzer Corps remaining silent. There you go. Another attempted shot here, shattering the house. This has got plenty of munitions, enough he has not been mining a lot after those initial mines in, or has he gone for any upgrades for his troops. So I feel like he could be doing more with those munitions in terms of particular mines here and there. Could be great. There's some brain guns, even just grenades. We'll see what he aims for next. It could be he's planning here for the Crocodile. On that regard, spending some munitions for a fuel cache would be quite helpful. To help speed up the fueling pump for the Crocodile. Pioneers repulse, we got the pack, we got the Sturmpanzer running up, and there you go. Someone hits it on the Cromwell tank. And there we go. Sniper fire there. Almost got something on retreat. 9 kills when they turn that sniper. He probably could also still to be more active with that machine gun there. And right now the Germans are ground territory right next to it, and Diz is doing nothing with it. I'll definitely not vote that for best machine gun usage. Fixing up the Cromwell, Diz and seems everything here for the Crocodile. Though again, fuel cache would be helpful. More sections on the way, that's also what we're doing. And we got a command tank out here for Schoepsi. So far showing he's not really worried about armor. at least additional heavier armor, which will mean he's going to be more vulnerable here to a potential crocodile, since that leaves most of the Pack 40s to deal with it, and they are very vulnerable to a crocodile since that flamethrower just tears through them. Pioneer spot repulsed. Is very close to that crocodile. Bit of a standoff between the two sides here, lots of barbed wire there as well. Telemine's being dug in. His ships is only expecting the assault to come at any time. He wants to be ready. And another 6-pounder gun for Diz to help deal with the strong punch and naval armor he might get. He's obviously factoring in the potential of a Panther as well. So obviously having more anti-tank to deal with that would not be a bad idea. Looking at the strong punch that fires and gets off a decent hit. Come on, taking that done. Grabbing the point here. Pioneers reinforcing. There you go, Storm Punch moves up, shoots and hits, gaining veterans who won. Doesn't really land any kills. The machine gun seems to mob up a few survivors. And there you go, double anti-tanks over the Storm Punch, one pit penetrates, forcing Schoepsi to realign his Storm Panzer's positioning. Also noting S-mine fields as well, making it harder for Dis to just rush the victory point, digging him much harder, gloriously so. He's really just thinking, he's really anticipating that Dis is going to launch an assault and also head on assault. He's not expecting anything on the flanks, indicating he's sort of an extension through Dis's play, but of course also he can't get away with it because he's got 2 of the victory points. So theoretically, if he just drags out for long enough, he's going to win like this. So Dis here needs to certainly consider some different assault tactics. We're getting machine gun bunkers. Schoepsi is digging in incredibly hard here. But again, he's also banking it all on his opponent tagging head on and not considering anything remotely considering a flank, though. Considering overall Dis's playstyle at the moment, that's a pretty good read in the situation. Section moving ahead here. Smoke screen down here to neutralize the anti-tankers, allowing the armor and vehicles to fall back and under cover. Very good play. Could also theoretically allow him to rush them. 200 points left here for Dis, so needs to switch something up, but he's also so close to the crocodile. I mean, he's clearly stalling for it now. He's waiting for it. He's going to use it in his shall we say, secret weapon to basically bash Schoepsi's face in. Since he really doesn't have a lot of counters. There you go, 6-pounder gun down. We got air support called in here. The strafing support around in there for Dis supporting. German infantry caught in it. Tanks also been caught as well. There you go, stunned up. Command tank, crocodile. Ooh, shot bounces. But moving ahead here, command tank falling back. Pack 40 opening up. Sturm Panzer repositioning. Pack 40 setting up here as well. Crocodile continues. Almost got the chrome. In fact, stuns it. 6-pounder gun following up. He's probably going to clear up the 6-pounder gun. Then go. Oh, the Pack 40 then go for the other one. There you go, burn the crew. He needs to be careful. He's actually taking a lot of damage. Might be that Dis is getting a bit too overconfident. He's just some bad luck either way. Oh, he's going to lose the crocodile here. He's not enough to try and take out the Pack 40 on the side. Oh, that was definitely not good there by Dis. That was definitely not good by Dis. That was a bit disappointing. I mean, he is pushing back Schoepsi a bit, but I would say the casualties suffered in the process are not encouraging. Also looks like he's forgotten about the section here, not good either. Still, I mean, he got the northern victory point, I guess. But, again, losing the crocodile like that without getting in one of the tanks, not stellar. He could try and grab the Pack 40, at least got rid of the bunker before that got finished into anything. But yeah, that was... I think a flanking crocodile would have done better there for Dis than anything else. But good defense there by Schoepsi, who's bringing out another Pack 40. He's anticipating the other Pack 40 are being stolen or destroyed by Dis, though Dis so far is distancing himself from it. Displaying a bit of an anti-tank apathy here. At least German anti-tank apathy. Cromwell there being fixed up. We'll have to see what he goes for next. I imagine he's not going to try and stall for a second crocodile. That would be rather Silly, if not straight up suicidal, and these huge chunks of concrete are flying about like they just made out of foam. Mein Gott, so is French? Ja. Aren't we in Holland? Ja. So is French in Holland? Are you even speaking straight? No, not really. So setting out the arm again once more for Schoepsi. Moving up everything into defend T. We'll ever see if Schoepsi makes head-on assaults. Of course, he does have smoke bombs to make it easier for him to attack head-on into Diz's lines, because he can then neutralize his opponent's firepower. So we'll have to see how that works out. We'll have to see how that works out. There we go, Telephone, we got smoke bombs down as anticipated, neutralizing the entire defensive line here by the victory point. Though there doesn't seem to be much of a follow-up, in fact might just for reconnaissance. No, there we go, we got the info flowing up, Pioneers, Pentagondies, Schoepsi's onto the assault, undercover smoke, excellent display there, excellent display. S-Mine's going off as well, who seems like this forgot to remove some of them. In this case, though, the smoke bombs could have been timed best. The smoke is all lifting up just as it reaches the point, which is obviously not supremely ideal, but nonetheless it keeps out not supporting with the armor, backing up the infantry. They'll quickly focus on the Sturmpanzer there. Diz knows what the bloody hell he's supposed to be shooting at there. Pioneers are going for the anti-tank, and obviously Schoepsi at the same time knows what he's targeting for. There you go, triple pack for you, so you got the other one there, right? So that quickly disassembles Diz's Cromwell, leaving it a smouldering, burning hulk of British steel. Grabbing the northern victory point here. Back here, troops in reinforcing. Diz's situation starting to look a bit abysmal. I mean, still has a decent force, but overall he keeps just attacking in head on into ships. He's just repeating the same tactics. The problem is, Schoepsi has rather seen through them, and he's pretty much just written up every counter to them, because he just mainly relies on just, you know, absorbing as much punishment as he can head on while just shooting into bits. And then if he has to counterattack, he uses smoke to just, you know, neutralize the enemy gun line, so that way allow him to get close and just disrupt Diz's formation. So Diz definitely needs to switch up his tactics much more fundamentally. He also needs to be more using his munitions here, more strafing support, I think, versus Schoepsi. Fresh bankers up this time, hopefully gets them upgraded in time. Bofors here to cut up the assault. Definitely an interesting way of using the Bofors. Most players do not use it like that, they just use it primarily defensively, but Diz has clearly got something else in mind, but he has to cancel here because, yeah, that's going to go down fast. Air support called in. Schoepsi having absolutely no anti-aircraft support. He is going to be quite exposed to the RAF. And imagine Diz is more than happy to let him know that. I'm still surprised he's not really attempting any serious flank. You see the ships beginning to more worry about. He's laying down mines and barbed wires are slightly covered up though. Theoretically, again with the Savage, he could still blow apart through here and just flank further up behind Schoepsi. Aircraft shot down by the Sturmpanzer's pintle machine gun. And there goes Schoepsi, bring up the Panther, bring up the Panzerkampfwagen 15. Is, by the looks of it, very much stalling for a second Crocodile. Machine gun bugger ready there. So how is this gonna crack this nut that Schoepsi's managed to put together? And there you go, directly on a series of bunches of being held down with the machine gun. Good counter push there by Schoepsi already. The Sturmpanzer is definitely paying itself off here versus Diz. Disassembling his men quite aggressively. Really strong defense here by Schoepsi, really strong. And he goes second Crocodile ready here for Diz, and he goes for it, he goes for it. He is committed to the ultimate annihilation of Schoepsi's men. One way or the other, but there you go. As it arrives, so does Schoepsi's Panther. Here's Panzerkampfwagen 5. Setting up with the crocodile. Will this handle this one a bit better? Will it be sent straight to the scrap heap courtesy of the German army? I'd definitely say that Sturmpanzer's paid itself off quite nicely here for Schoepsi. And I think to at least a degree highlighted why so many players actually going for the Sturmpanzer much more actively now, because it really does help deal with Allied infantry. This lining up for another assault, and it seems like he's going to be repeating once more the previous attacks, which again involves head-on assaults with minimal cover. And also at this stage you've been off active and gone for commando simply because you can actually use the smoke ability there to, you know, obfuscate the ship's defensive lines. And we just pushed in, but yeah, it's too late for that now, obviously. And this has pretty much no real way of providing a smoke screen here against Schoepsi's lines, whereas again, Schoepsi has that at least doctrinally. Of course, you can more easily just go for a mortar, it has to be. Pioneers versus the crocodile, he needs command texting up, he's trying to sort of figure out how this is building up his attack, so he can prepare better for it. Command tank lost, that was a bit silly. Probably should have supported a bit better here versus this. And they're coming in the crocodile, of course, less command for all the packs. Police almost being taken up, but they're in S-March, not good, not good. Panther rhyming, there you go, here find the crocodile. It's almost got one of the pack 40s, almost, but not quite. He does escape here. And the assault is already bogging down. He's got one of the bunkers over the 6-pounder guns, but there's still the other one though. Probably wasn't aware of that one. Sniper veteran 3, 24 kills. Trying to clear out the packs. We got air support called in here. Sniper though, wiped by the Sturmpanzer. That is one way of dealing with that issue. True suppressed as the crowd go for victory point. Air support raining down rockets stealthy against Schoepsi's line. It does seem to be, working out, but it is coming at a high cost, whereas comparatively, Schoepsi hasn't suffered any sort of seriously in the defense. Like he's lost some bunkers, but the bunkers are much more easily replaceable than say losing a sniper. So now this is moving ahead here. Air support, of course, raining down. He's going to have to lay down mines. He's going to have to make it as difficult as possible for Schoepsi to move back. He should also pursue and clear out as much as he can. He needs to just gain as much control as possible. And honestly, he should just bring the machine gun out from there. I mean, it's like he's forgotten about it. And it's not really doing anything, at which stage he might be a bit off just using it to keep, Schoepsi's head down here in the east. There we go, almost got the machine gun, but the ace crew there managed to escape the wrath here of the crocodile. The fires of Churchill. Another sniper there for this. Back here, ships repairing, infantry getting ready for the next big push. Panther hanging back, we're going for the Panzerwerfer here to bombard this as support weapons. Probably does help that he keeps them so close together so they don't get a cold, I guess. Alright, new regulations in from High Command. Anti-tank gun crews are to stay as close as possible as to ensure warmth is kept during the night. You know what? Also, little strings are to be attached to the mittens so they don't lose them. What are we, 5 years old? Well, you kind of sound like it. Oh, shut up. Another buffers here. Got the buffers that have been bombarded here by the pack 40s. The triple packs again makes it difficult to just push them up here. He probably regrets not grabbing that anti-tank when he could have, but destroying it at the very least, because triple pack 40s, you can see there, triple any anti-tank and really could just make short work of most armor. And in the case of any buffers, also makes short work of them. Another sniper out here for this. I do believe that is his first sniper. Chips with the rapidly moves ahead. This time he didn't even smoke to sort of make it harder for this to defend. Panzerwerfer's ready there for Schoepsi. For the comfortable Müller. Second sniper. His looks like this is getting possibly a bit fed up with the situation. He's going to try and see if he can't just double snipe his way through here. possibly hoping that the psychological element of double snipers just causes Schoepsi to crack. We shall see there. Back here, troops in reinforcing.
Your sniper's trained.
There we go. Double snipers with this. A last ditch effort, I think, here versus Schoepsi. They probably should be considering more armor, and he really should be considering a flank. But some players can end up suffering from tunnel vision, and so stop considering other paths of attack. Admittedly, I mean, Schoepsi's not been trying much to do other on the west side either, so obviously he could be doing a bit better. But there he goes, now going to see advantage again of this, just forgetting about the machine, and he just brought a Pioneer squad to burn it out. Assault comes up here, going for the northern victory point. There we go, machine gun crew wiped. Really didn't do much there for this, just a waste of manpower, to be honest. So there you go, punished by Schoepsi, by Deutschland. Fresh air support in here for this. Stone punches are almost getting the sniper here. And there you go, forced retreat. Typhoon's taking out there, getting on some hits, but looks like one of them was already shot down. Yes, indeed, hitting a field outside of the primary zone of combat. This was keeping the assault, but he's losing control of the western victory point. Even as he's making gains in the east, he is losing what matters in the west. Well played there by Schoepsi. Panther just firing at the aircraft with the spin-up machine gun, in here, of course, by the 8th Sturmpanzer with 28 kills. Straight to the Panther artillery fire here. 6-pounder gun setting up. Pioneer's taking some minor losses there in the process. Raid operation up for this. To try and help grab points. Not a bad idea. Veteran fair anti-tanking is definitely great here for this. Almost gets the Panther in the process, in fact. And there we go. Panther was going to try and clear out the 6-pounder guns. The sniper as well. Oh! 6-pounder gun there. Wiped. Sniper. Oh, actually, the 6-pounder gun survived, but the sniper did not. And with that, this is destroyed. His anti-tank is exposed. Ships are launching an assault with no machine gun to back it up because it's all the way over there all the time. This and the guards army are forced to call off the assault, leaving ships to pull through victoriously for the fatherland. An interesting fact here, certainly showing the dangers of tunnel vision. I mean, this, I think, did a lot of interesting things, make good use of the ability to clear out cover, opening up paths rapidly versus Schoepsi, and even trying some interesting stuff like using the buffers more aggressively in some ways. The problem was he just never considered flanks, like he was very much unidirectional. It's just one very narrow spot they'd attack through. Never, trying to use any of those really cool skills you had to, consider, using the, again, what's it called? Destroy cover ability, just open up a few paths here and then just sneak up behind, completely throwing off ships. Had he done that, I think he'd had a much better success rate here versus ships. He could have done a lot more damage, but in the end it just quite didn't work. Plus losing that first crocodile like he did was also very silly. Ships here would also have made good use of the smoke there with the smoke bombs and all its reconnaissance. You certainly also think more flexible on the field. They could have had more presence in the west at times versus this. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, share it with the world. If you like it, do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. Helps me out keep making these videos day after day, as I do try to do this for a living. So if you wish to support that, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. Links are in the video description down below. So this is Imperial 18. Cheers. Thank you for watching. You all a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another exciting episode. Bye.